Boy, if this is the way movies are gonna be in this new year, God help us all. Set in 2009, The Devil Inside focuses on this mid-20s girl named Isabel, who 20 years ago, her mother went insane and murdered 3 people during an exorcism that was being performed on her. Now back in 2009, Isabella and a film crew, which are documenting her mother's story up until this point, are trying to find a pastor or scientist that can help her mother, but also Isabella's question whether this runs in her family as well. And of course, like all of these types of movies in this genre, there are several exorcisms that happen, and lots of things go wrong, of course. Sound familiar, right? Now when it comes to the first week of January, it's pretty much the week where studios just go, oh wait, we don't really have any movies that we have to release on this day, so here we go. Let's just put that out there, we'll see how people think about it. And The Devil Inside is about the perfect movie that can fit that statement right there. Surprisingly, the performances are decent. Not a lot of the actors are well known in this film, but they are decently cast for their parts. The characters may be pretty one-dimensional at times and their personalities never change, but at the same time the actors do a decent job at holding their own, in which no one really turns in a bad performance, surprisingly. This movie is almost completely devoid of scares. There's really only 5 scenes in this film that can legitimately creep you out or scare you, but at the same time, all the scares are just cheap. There are all these pop-up ones that we have seen so many times, so it really does nothing new at all. However, I must say, I really had a great laugh at one of the pop-up scares that involves a dog in this film, and my theater had a pretty good laugh about it too. Now, the director of this movie is William Brent Bell, who's also the co-writer and co-editor. The only other movie that he has credit to his name is the 2006 haunted video game movie Stay Alive, which was a box office disaster and currently stands at a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes, and this film definitely falls in that league for his kind of league of filmmaking. The guy keeps the scares at a very tame level at the scenes where they could be scary. I feel like he wasn't confident enough to go all out for certain scares by just having all hell just break loose and have the audience on the edge of your seat. He just keeps it at a very low-level pace, which really disappointed me. Now, while all the stuff in this movie does sound generic so far, there is one big thing that made me end up hating this film, and that is the terrible goddamn piece of crap ending. The thing that sucks the most about this atrocious, abrupt ending is that the movie was actually building up to something that could have been really intense and scary. The way that they just cut it and end it in the most poor way possible is just criminal. All the weird events that you see leading up throughout the film, and it just builds up to nothing. It leaves you wanting so much more, and the ending is just such a big slap to your face. The theater I saw this with was jam-packed. There was hardly any seat that was open. And when it came to that final sequence where it just cut to black just like that, and it flashed all these texts, there were people rage quitting in the audience. They were hurling obscenities, flipping off the screen, angry, yelling everywhere. There were several people that I heard that wanted refunds after this ending. Okay, rant on this movie's ending is over. But there are a few clever things that could happen after this movie's ending. One, I would really love to see Donald Glover do a Troy Barnes freakout to this movie's ending, because that would just be golden. And I'm praying that the writers of Community come up with a very clever diss for Abed to say about this film when Community returns. Now here's the thing. Up until that ending, I would have given this movie 2 stars, because while it was very generic, it had decent performances. But when that ending came and when the screen just cut to the credits, I was so angry leaving. That's why I'm going to give this movie 1 star out of 5. Just, oh my god, can you make an ending that bad to a film in which it's already generic enough, but you slap on an ending like that? That is just... oh. So I hope you enjoyed my review of The Devil Inside, which was kind of a rant as well. I wrote a review for the movie as well on my newly refurnished website called Cali Critics Corner, where I review old movies as well. Follow it, subscribe to feeds, and also get emailed for feeds as well. You can check out the site below, which is also the link to my review of this movie as well. So in the meantime, I'm Tyler from Cali Critic Reviews. Please skip this movie, and I'll see you guys later.